Morning. Today I'm going to be starting a playthrough of A-Sharp's King of Dragon Pass, just because I have my RuneQuest game later on today and I feel like getting in the mood. We won't get through the entire game, but we'll keep it around and who knows when it will return. So let's make a start. So there once was a time when gods and people walked the earth together. Your clan traces its ancestry back to those times. Your clan history begins when you joined the forces of the storm god Orlanth. Back then, Orlanth was simply one of the many upstart rebellious gods bent upon conquest of the world. Orlanth's unique contribution at that time were personal honor and a close kinship to the other deities who seemed to be on the winning side. After many tribulations, adventures, and discoveries, Orlanth proved himself worthy of marrying Analda, the Earth Mother. The two formed the marriage ring and created a great harmony in the world through this sacred bond. Your clan took part in the wedding ceremony. Most clans either whooped with Orlanth or learned the secret from Analda. A few clans stood with Elmal, god of horses and the sun, as an honor guard. How did you prepare for the great marriage? So, did we stand guard with Elmal? Did we whoop and drink the 8 known drinks? Or did our women withdraw and learn a list of names? That is indeed a question. I think, given that we're going into the early days of the Sartar Kingdom, that it's worthwhile having a good guard. So we'll stand with Elmal. Orlanth's struggle to remake the world was just beginning, and many other gods joined him in it. Orlanth fought Yelm the Bright Emperor and undertook many wars of conquest. Other, more peaceful deeds were just as important. Our earliest famous event was... So we have the healing of Orlanth, the 100-day hunt, the Ested settlement, the procession of animals, Bantar learning how to harness oxen to plow, Lankormai learned how to use the marking bone, and Pella made the first pot, or Roitina did the first clan-making dance. Choices. They're all good, of course. There isn't a wrong answer in all of these. But I think we're going to try Jested's settlement. Now, Orlanth succeeded in remaking the world. Thus began the golden era called the Storm Age. Orlanth's son Vincot was a famous warlord during this time. Most people in the area were his followers. He introduced new principles, such as the rule of hospitality, which said that after you invited people into your steads, you could not attack or harm them. Thus was much treachery banished from Orlanthi society. Many who would not have survived agreed to this new way of order in order to gain his protection. He was a great organizer, and helped the many scattered people form into new clans and tribes. Our clan was one of the ones aided by King Vincot. After you proved ourselves robust and capable of survival, Vincot placed the remnant people under our protection. They were the Nuldabin, or stick farmers. We had a choice whether to make them into thralls or adopt them as members of the clan. We'll treat them as adopted family, I think. The foes of the Vincotlings were many, and our people fought hard against them. Which one of them in particular did we fight? Vostakang, the Troll Lord? Graphics. Ukagra, King of the Basmoli Beastmen? Chinkis Mor, the Elf Warlord? Tada the Green, champion of the flatland called Prax? Or Vesvena, Warlord of the Ice Tribe? I think we'll claim Vesvena. Now the Storm Age ended in disaster when the gods and creatures of chaos came and destroyed nearly everything. Orlanth and his allies fought hard, but chaos almost always won. Many gods died, and many new ones rose to prominence. Many people died too. Catastrophes shook the world. The sunfall, the rain of blood, and the terrible laughing tsunami. The darkness got so bad that even Orlanth and his companions had to abandon humans to their own destiny. Only a few deities, either small ones or weak ones, remained. The world stagnated and died. Our clan was diminished to a raggedy handful of hardy survivors. Hjort the King was the leader who emerged amid the turmoil of the darkness. The efforts of Hjort and his companions helped set the world in order again. He created the laws that we follow to this day. One of the great distinctions which Hjort discerned amongst his clan was that some of them tended towards either peace or war, whilst others maintained a balance between these two principles. I think we're going to go balanced. And finally the sun rose again. While the rest of society worked to protect themselves, find food, or otherwise just survive, the first priest worked to re-establish links with the ancient deities. With the new harmony between people and deities, the world was slowly improved. Once the awakening process had begun, it got easier and went quicker as the gods worked each other too. So, the first deity which our clan helped to awaken. Our ancestors were good. We kept worship of Elmau. We've woken Analda, Orlanth, Isseris, Thankomai, Chalana, Ralda. Now this is a question, of course. I suspect that we would go with... let's try Lankomai the Knowing God. Things have been different since the dawn, 1300 years ago. Orlanth and the other gods retreated from the world, leaving it to mortals. We can still contact them through ritual and sacrifice, or enter their realm by reenacting stories about their deeds which contain great magic, but they no longer walk beside us. When we settled in a new place, we marked this great change in the world by naming our land not after a god, but after a mortal like ourselves. We called it Hjortland, in honor of the king who taught us to survive during the darkness. About 600 years ago, a dragon approached us, either in its own form or that of a human with a dragon's soul inside it. Dragons have always been hostile, or at the very best, utterly uncaring. Orlanth was always the dragon slayer. We had to choose whether to believe it and cooperate, or learn to do what dragons know, or whether to maintain neutrality. So here I think we're going to go neutral. We didn't go along towards the dragons. It's probably a good thing, since most of the people who said yes to the dragons moved to Dragon Pass, a land to the north of our home. We stayed in Hjortland, and it's a good thing too, because a little over 200 years ago, the dragons rose up and ate everyone who lived in Dragon Pass. Everyone. They ate the Orlanthi along with all of the other foolish human dragon friends. For a long time, no humans went to Dragon Pass. They were sure that the dragons would eat them too, and I wouldn't blame them. Recent events have made us think twice about the abandoned land of Dragon Pass. A generation ago, a usurper who called himself the Pharaoh came to Hjortland and started a civil war. Our clan broke into disputes, sometimes violent, about whether to support the Pharaoh. In the end, our group of dissidents decided it would be better to risk the dangers of Dragon Pass than to stay and kill our own kin, the greatest sin an Orlanthi can commit. Those unable to live under the Pharaoh would move northwards to Dragon Pass. People of similar beliefs from other clans has already made the same decision and settled there. So we made a new clan, just as our ancestors had done in the days of King Hjort. Our new clan made the dangerous trek to Dragon Pass and selected a place to live. Like the other Orlanthi refugees from Hjortland, we settled in Quiviniland, a mountainous area in the southeast of Dragon Pass. We call these lands our home, or Tula. Tradition required us to make a formal land claim. I think we're going to claim lots more than we would probably need. Okay, we'll claim to be the Vermandi for the sake of this. So we're going to try and forge a tribe and remain king for 10 years. So, in brief, to prepare for the marriage of Anald and Orlanth, we stood with Elmal. Our earliest famous event was Gested's settlement. We added the strangers to our clan as adopted family. Our ancient enemy is Vesvena. We're balanced. We awakened Lancor Mai. We were neutral to dragons, and we have lots more land. Let's see what happens. What could possibly go wrong? Okay, so what does our ring look like? We have a Vingen who is excellent leadership. Okay. Aransanda. We have a Humakti Kenstrel. We have an Amali Larasa. We have Hen the Lancor Mai. We have Angori the Banta. We have Natalina the Analdan. Minara. Oh, we have Minara the Landon, and sorry, Natalina the Aralda. Okay, fertility rune. Oh, okay, interesting. You know what? Well, we'll get there. So we have a more or less normal harvest predicted, and we need to sacrifice to Vinga before we go exploring. So last year we made the dangerous trek to Dragon Pass and claimed lots more land than we would probably need. We built a clan hall, some steads, and a shrine to Elmal. When we left Hjortland, we lost much of our connection with the gods. Other clans we knew back in Hjortland also sent immigrants to Dragon Pass, so we already had friends and enemies in the new land. So let's allocate some magic. Crop herds, health, war, mysteries, I think. Then I want to go into the start of the year. Look at the clan going on here. I think we want to swap out. Do we have a good Shalana Arroy? We have one Shalana. We do. Actually, that's a good point. Do we have an Elmali? Why don't we have an Elmali on the ring? Do we have that? Alda, Banta, Ankomai, Humakti, Amal, Uralda. Okay, so we'll get rid of Uralda. And we will get rid of Aransanda and instead add Elmal, Varmand, from the Varmandi. Actually, that's a good question. Which one is better, Donal or Varmand? we have? Here we go. Lake up. That'll do. So let us see what we have. Magic. We need to sacrifice to Vinga. Let's see what people say. Good. Let us go with 6 of each. The sacrifice. Oh dear. One of our Carls, Saranil, is caught with a secret supply of clear wine, the magical wine made by the Kolimar tribe. Problem is, he somehow acquired these trade goods without going through the clan ring. This infraction infringes upon the traditional rights and privileges of the ring. So we have a problem with a Carl, and we could make him a Cotter. Yes, Durasa, we should definitely drink the wine. Aranil has a history of not being cooperative, but he is very popular among the Carls. Too weak, not too few. I think we shame him in front of his fellows. So we stood him up before his fellows and held him out an example of disobedience towards chosen leaders, and the people had a good laugh at Saranil's expense. Okay, so mood has increased slightly. That's good. Now that we have that, let us see what we can do. What do we need? Don't know. What don't we know? Ritual to enlarge a temple. Okay, so we need more Elmal rituals. Now that we've sacrificed to Vinga, we can go out and do a little bit of exploring. Let's see, where are we? Okay, so we're right up at the northern edge of the Quivens. Where might we want to send somebody out? Destra is Arisaris. Okay, yeah, so she makes sense to send. Yeah, that's about all we have. And we will send her over towards Carafin at a reasonable pace. We're after all in fire season. Look at our farming. 262 farmers. We have plenty of farmers. We have plenty of oxen, so we can definitely increase here. We could do another 27 to put this up to 132. 55 pasture is worth remembering, so 132. 55. Go up to 70 pasture. Now let's have a look a bit more at. Have a look at trade. Ice holding. Trade routes. Okay. So ice holding and okay, so we got short route, trade route. So let's have a look and see what we could. So we want to get rid of some horses right now. We have plenty because we don't really have that many. Actually, that's a good point. Let's first of all go to the war side here because we're short of weapon things. So let's see what people say. Okay, so we'll recruit some weapon thanes, offer some gifts, and see what we get. So, followers of the hunter god Ordela appear before us to make an offer. We will gather many other devotees of Ordela here and perform a ritual that will increase the availability of game in this area. Naturally, we would expect you to give us a reason to perform this ritual. So, gift or favor. Gift or favor. 30 cows. Dale hunting is already good, but wildcats. Let's see what the wildcats are about. They owe us a favor. I think giving them a favor sounds good. They thanked us and said that the wildcats, which many of them belong to, would one day take us up on that favor. Okay, so we're in Earth season. Fortifications is a good thing. Plenty of cows and reasonable goods. We have a bit of magic. Don't have enough warriors. Vindarasa says we don't have enough warriors. So we can fortify and build watchtower. War. Let's see what we can do in trade. Maybe we can set up another. Horses. Green Wing. Sounds good. So we can try and sell horses and buy cattle, food, and goods. We'll send some force and go for the Green Wings. We owe them a favor. Okay. Rasa has been stricken with a terrible illness. Investigation by a worshipper of Urox confirms everyone's suspicions. She is the victim of chaotic magic. The Uroxy pinpoints the method of infection. The fabric of one of her skirts was woven with hard-to-discern chaos runes, as well as other malign runes. Nobody's sure who gave the rest of the skirt, and she's too sick to talk. She's attended by our best healers. So we're unsure. It seems that it was made by one of us. Let's make a big sacrifice to Shalana Arroy. Let's do 20 cattle. Actually, I'm trying to think. No, let's do. She prefers goods, I seem to recall. Let's do 20 goods. Favorable but uncertain. Oh, that's okay. Well, it's better than nothing. Dark Season. Can't really do any trading in Dark Season, or don't really want to do any trading in Dark Season. Let's do some magic, though. Let's sacrifice for some more. Let's sacrifice for some land called my shrine. Actually, let's sacrifice again to Shalana Arroy. No. Let's double down on Elmal. Additional 7 and 7. Oh, okay. So we got a fair amount of stuff back for the 8 horses. And the green clan seems to be wealthy. Okay, that's good to know. Ah. So a number of the leading men approached the ring. Their leader, Laken, has a litany of complaints. Ever since Kurash became chief, things have gone from bad to worse. Our friends, the Grey Foxes, tell jokes about us as part of their holiday ceremonies. The Tanahards set curses that rot our meat and give our children nightmares. At home, things are no better. Legal cases start up again a week after Kurash makes a judgment. It's time we had a new chief. We won the last battle. We have windbags. It's all according to law, but we are elected. Let's find out what's going on. Put me up to it. I speak for the entire clan, Koresh, and I say it's time you stop blaming anyone but yourself, Laken repeats his complaints. With Koresh as chief, we are on the road to disaster. Yada, yada, yada. We'll try and dispute them. I think Well, Courage starts explaining his decisions, but it was drowned out by laughter, shouted down. Silent. You know what? I'm going to ask them to remind them to follow the leaders. And they do take it, but they don't do well. Oh. Excellent, excellent. The Odala worshippers were successful, and the hunting seems to be excellent of late. That's good. So where were we? We were about to sacrifice to Elmar. Carl Rasteron recuses his wife Duranda and Elusa, his young nephew, of adultery. Ooh. This is one of the most serious crimes in Orlanthi law, and both Duranda and Elsa would be outlawed if you found guilty of the offense. Yeah, so if we get this wrong, it's bad. Lankomai couldn't tell a lie from an honest profession of the truth. Ouch. I think we interrogate them. They steadily proclaim their innocence. They seem sincere in this. We will ask the kinfolk. Don't have any magic. Can't do the divination. Ooh. Run and Luce have been acting furtively. Duranda has long been withholding her affections from Rasteron. We'll try a divination, but don't have any great success. Well, but that does kind of settle it. The shame of them were great, and they're going to be spirits of reprisals heading out for them, so we outlaw them. Let's see, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? We do need to sacrifice a bit for all the histories. So we'll take a look here. Some ritual. And we managed to get Durasa back from the... Oops. Outbreak of chaos on the Tool of the Bayberry clan. Many-toothed forest crawlers plague their lands. The other god talkers and Olkarth think that this was caused by improper thinking. It's entirely possible that the chaos will spread to other tools, including our own. Okay, so avoid the Bayberry. Okay, so we have a little bit less cattle, but we still have plenty. A little bit fewer horses. We basically broke even on food. We did a reasonable profit on the market, and we were taking a fair amount of, running out of goods. More or less normal harvest. We need to learn one of Odala's blessings to avoid all the game getting lured away. Okay. So point magic in reserve, war rituals, spend it all. We'll get the same next time. Yeah, Durasa. Mysteries for hand. Angori wants crop and herds and some in reserve. Leica, of course, wants all the magic. Minara wants all the crops and herds. But we do need crops. I want a little bit in health, a little bit in war, a little bit in mysteries. Want some for the herds. Keep 2 in reserve, I think. Yeah. Korash is a good bargainer. Well, we kind of knew that, Leica. Okay, so the weapon thanes feel hard done by. The Humanity wants an Histories on the ring. Interesting. Rasa thinks a feast, more warriors from land called oh, that's interesting. Angori sort of people are very healthy and so forth. So let's have a look at farmers. Pimples. So I'm saying we have enough farmers. I don't know. I want to grow a bit. Let's get some. Rangaron. Young Weapon Thane, which is Tamara Oslana of the Green Wing clan. Oslana has been given permission by time to specify any marriage suit. She wants to steal the magical power of coordinates and give it to the Green Wings. So we think that we can let's see. I think we try and get the Green Wing to reconsider that. Well, let's have a look and see. Where are we with the Green Wing? We owe them a favor. The Gorins, we're feuding. Yeah, I think we asked them to reconsider. No thefts or feuds. Good. Sea season. So we're worried, but everybody feels reserved. So we need to send out and trade for goods. Green Wings have the most food and goods, so go to the Green Wings. Let's send a decent... I want to buy goods. I should have checked how many horses we have. We have a reasonable amount of cattle. And let's send Korash out and try to establish a permanent trading route. The armories. Maybe. Okay, so we don't have a Frontivinger or her Pathfinder, so okay. We host the wedding banquet for the marriage of the high-ranking young warrior Rangaron to Ostlana, a talented and pious young maiden from the Green Wings. We are welcoming Ostlana into our clan and celebrating the original wedding of Orlanth and Emeralda. Okay, so what's the... probably want to give gifts here to the Green Wings, but warriors are already proud. Durasa seems to think that there's the hideous stench of the undead underneath it. That's worrisome. We're not that well friendly with them, so gifting. Carl's are in a good mood. Return on blessings. I think we give them gifts. I think we give them 25 cattle. Sake of they praise their generosity. So we got a little bit more goods than we traded cattle for. Order him the style and come to offer trade for Black Bell. He is coming as well as a Coleman and Handball. He's offering 30 cows. Blackpool is our I think I'm going to offer stud service instead. I've got a small gift for stud service, that's something. Fire season. We have people out looking for markets, but we should probably have a look and do a little bit of exploring here. Okay. Yeah, let's send Alexander, why not? Actually, first of all, let's put in place a Let's put in place let's put in place 7 and 7. Oh, honorings, we have another trade route. Cool. Oh dear. 4 weeks ago, Yostal, a sour pig herder, died of his old age in his sleep. His family mourned and buried him, but death has not inconvenienced Yostal. Each night he climbs from his grave, returns home, sits at his son's table and demands a meal. He stays until dawn, eating their food and drinking their mead. His family is distraught. He's eating us bare. We won't have enough to last through dark season, and the sight of a rotting corpse eating porridge put us off our own dinner. Our children grow thin. They cannot sleep for nightmares. Okay, so we have a bit of magic at least. But magic is risky. Kill the pig farmer, undead, bring him his sword. Sometimes the dead won't bear tidings, but this one just wants pie. Lots of it. Clan ring. I think we follow Kestrel's advice here and try to destroy him with Humak's power. There's the best sword with terrible Humak dispels, and Kestrel took it and laid in wait. When Joshal's remnant entered the house he struck, the sword clove, and Joshal fell in 2 pieces. We buried them in separate graves. His feasting days are done. Okay. So we have an Oroxy. I want to see if we can do a Bingen as well. Just for... I was just about to... There we go. Let's see what we can get this going. 7. Pathfinder. Ooh, a scouting party discovers rich farmland not far from your stead. It's inhabited by strange beast folk who behave sort of like normal Olanthi and call themselves rune ducks. For once, both warriors and Karls agree, it would be a fine thing to drive these small inhuman creatures from this fertile valley and claim it as our own. I think I like the idea of tribute. I think we give tribute. We exacted payment from the ducks whose slaughters were heavy. These will roast to pay after the harvest. Okay, that's fine. Now a family of travelers petitions us seeking membership in the clan. The father, Oleron, speaks on behalf of the others. His family made a dangerous trek from Isrolia in search of freedom and prosperity. So far, they have found only misery. Oleron promises hard work and loyalty in return for generosity. So, could make them cutters. Treat them just. Be merciful. Don't have enough cows. There'll be more mouths to feed. We adopted people into the land. Something odd about the story. I think we accept them as cotters. How's the clan doing? Optimistic, resolved, farming wise. Need more cattle. Okay, so we're starting to need more cattle. We've got reasonable goods. 330 farmers. How many do we have? Oh, that's true. We need to sacrifice to Adela. Good point. We're in dark season. Ouch. So let's go and give this a go. Sacrifice to Adela. Sacrifice to Adela. And it failed. That's not going to be good. Vingan warrior women burst into our clan hall during a feast. They set fire to the hall and wound several warriors and ring members. As our weapon thanes rally to drive them off, they retreat, sustaining only light wounds themselves. Attackers were from the Blue Spruce clan, whose weapon thanes are well known for hiring out their martial services to other clans, often employed during feuds. Many of the people immediately behind a ton of hearts who we're feuding with. So can't bang something like that. That's really attack the stats. That's the thing. We don't really have any. We don't have the warriors to retaliate. We can try making peace with them. How badly off are we? Pottery and a fanatical attitude. Right. Oh, we got away with political marriage. Okay. That was fortunate. So we got a bit of food. Okay. So we're in dark season. Still have magic. I think learn some mysteries. Got literacy. And let's see. How many people are moving towards the cooler? Warriors ride to meet them and learn they are from the Kadavi clan. They come from Hjortland, just as we once did, and they seek permission from your territory on the neck northwards. Let's see. Propose an alliance. Selling this unfamiliar land. So let's move that lemon through. Karangoli. We have them in favor now? Okay. It's not decent. If they're worried about Roxy, let's leave a sacrifice. And high ranking priest from the back open gift. We think much higher now since you value learning. I'm pleased to see you. Oh, okay. We got a lot more magic all of a sudden. That's good. Traded off a whole lot of cattle. 1254 is good. Okay, so we're building food. Okay, so we're producing enough goods that we're covering our temple cost. The God Talkers were a little surprised to report that they saw few arguments within the clan. Okay, good harvest next time around. So keep something in reserve. Devote clan magic to war rituals. Spend it mysteries. Crop magic, healthy. Okay, so the same advice as ever, basically. Now, we can start to keep some in war, keep some in mysteries. Do we want to start looking at quests? No. But, health, yeah, need health. Diplomacy or trade, diplomacy or trade, diplomacy or trade. Diplomacy, I think. Isn't any best as I think this one is not going to be fine enough for us in one. Correct. Yes, I know. We tried. Okay, and I think since we're 2 years in, this is a good point to finish off this start of the run through, and we shall see where our journey takes us. So until next time, this is Aku Stefan saying goodbye.